Okay, Tony, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
You work at MySpace,
right?
And tell us what you do.
So I work for MySpace. I do SEO, and I basically run our SEO, social media, and viral marketing channels.
So when we talk about FailCon, and there's some lighthearted examples of failure, and startups, constantly are experiencing failure. It seems to me that if you fail at SEO, search engine optimization, the consequence is nobody knows that you exist. Is that accurate?
Basically, yeah. I mean, there's all kinds of failures at SEO that people don't even realize. Like, I mean, I've been in both startups and in larger companies like Yahoo, PayPal before MySpace, and it's unbelievable how many times people fail at different types of SEO, from like the real basic stuff to just really large, like, oh my God, how did you not do that?
So give us some basics here, if you have any quick tips that could benefit entrepreneurs or anybody in the tech world.
I mean, I think there's a couple things, and I'll kind of quickly run through them. But the one thing I always find is it's real basic, like I mentioned, real basic stuff, but title tags on the pages. And most times, like from Yahoo, I showed examples today. Yahoo, the personal finance section of the finance site, had no title tags on the entire site, and it was just, how can a search engine find that, or how can anyone find that for that matter? So that was a problem. But then also, when I was at Bill Shrink, we had every single credit card page. So rather than actually having the credit card name, we had credit card details on every single page. So it really had no relevance, right? And so I've seen little things like that. And then also, I mean, a lot of times people want to get involved in social media, and they want to get involved in viral marketing to kind of help out the SEO stuff, but really there's no plan or strategy around it, and it's just, let's just do Twitter or Facebook, and we've heard about Dig for journalism or journalists and bloggers, and let's do all of that. And it's like, well, hold on, what are you trying to get done? Like, what is it that you need to get done? What industry are you in? Who do you need to connect with for it to actually be important?
We primarily work with musicians, and MySpace is the default website for musicians. A lot of these bands don't even have their own website. They just direct you to MySpace. Do you have any tips for bands on how to, both on your platform and in general, optimize their search results?
Actually, I think it is really important to be on MySpace if you're a musician. We do have a platform that's, just built out really well for musicians. We actually just launched things like an artist headquarters, where you can look at like all the tips and tricks, and like I've actually written an article on how to like pimp your search results and how to use MySpace to help that. But also we have a lot of content on like really fun content too. Like there was a piece recently written, it was like how to tour with a metal band and things like that. And then we also have other things coming down the road, and it's just a really good platform for musicians. And I've even heard a lot of people say stuff like, you can't be an artist, or you can't be in music if you're not on MySpace. And it might not be true for everyone, but I think it's just to be where people are going to get you the most visibility, and we've kind of nailed that from a music standpoint. Aside from that, it's just where are other people, and where are they living? Are they on Twitter, and is it that they're interacting a lot on Twitter? Lately 50 Cent's been all over Twitter, and Kanye, and it's like, well, if those are the people that you need to interact with and you need some influence from, then go where they are.
Yeah, it does seem to me that if you do take I'm going to talk about a band again. If you take yourselves seriously, it's just all you need is an email address to open, and get a MySpace page. I guess naming your band, people just come up with sort of mundane names like the Throw Pillows or something like that.
Right.
It sounds like just coming up with maybe a slightly different name could be a help. How do bands get followers on MySpace?
I mean, a lot of it's just interacting. There's obviously ways that you can kind of trick the system, and there was, I think back in the day there was a lot of tools like Friend Adder that you could use to just go out and blast everyone that was online in a certain area, or like even just blast everyone. There's a lot of that had led to the people getting on banned sites or banned pages and having like the big add me buttons and all that. And so I think we're kind of moving away from that, and it's just more about the typical social media, which is getting involved in conversations, interacting with your community, interacting with people in the community, and just, kind of being out there that way. It shouldn't be so much a numbers game. It should be more about like, do you have fans that actually care about you? And I think they will be your like little mini evangelists out there in the world.
So I'll ask a yes or no. You can elaborate if you want. Is there a culture inside of MySpace that embraces failure? This is the nature of the conference that fail early, fail often, and it sounds great as a mantra. But once you get up there as a big corporation, is it still realistic?
I mean, yeah, we do a lot. I do a lot of testing, and it's not so much like fail hard, fail fast, or I don't believe in these like larger principles. I mean, I fail all the time. With SEO especially, there's a lot of failure in order to find things that work. I think, there's certain things that we're testing now and we're doing at large scale that are just like, it might work, it might not. If it doesn't work, what did we learn from it, and how do we apply it to other things? I think we definitely have that type of internal, like, we believe in all that, and we know that there's certain things we're going to learn from. Not everything's going to be a success, and there's certain things that are just, we're going to take things away from it and apply it in other areas.
So it seems then maybe it's more about having a system to learn and get some takeaways from these experiences. What do you see as sort of the future of this space that you're in?
The future of SEO?
Well, I would say in a social media context. I mean, we hear a lot about sort of relevance search, real-time search, integrating with across platforms. Is there a silver bullet somewhere in the search space?
It's funny because I think for years everyone was like, well, video search is the next big thing. It's like, well, okay, but it's been like 4 years now that I keep hearing that, and it's like, okay, it is. It's actually getting bigger. But a lot of these things take time. I would say the standard is tried and true. Like doing SEO and being really, really strategic about it and building in all the key components is going to stay there forever. There are different things coming up, like universal search. So knowing about whether or not videos come up in search results and not, and kind of playing your strategies based on that is more of a factor now, and personalized search. So a lot of that does come up. And then there's other things like, now with Google Instant, it's just really, really understanding what searcher intent is, what Google's recommendations are, and then based on that, kind of building your strategy out. But as far as like standard SEO, I think it's going to be there forever, but there are a lot of social elements like video and real time and all that are really coming into it that are, they'll make some tweaks to how you build your strategy, but it shouldn't, change your entire strategy.
I wonder sometimes if when I'm searching for something, do I really want to know what my friends are searching for as well, or is that relevant to me? It doesn't seem to be a bright line situation.
I mean, that's the funny thing is mostly knowing what people are searching for is exactly how you start SEO. So it's really important there. I mean, there was an example today that Vanessa used, but also I go back to when people used to do car stuff online, and like anyone that had a car site, there was a couple examples of people that would put automobile on everything or auto on everything, and it's like, well, no, people search for cars. So it's really important to understand what people are searching for and how they're searching for it, and it'll give you an idea. And also what's trending in search, and that's a real big way. So using Google Insights to find out what are the latest trends, what are the latest things going on, and then building, based on that.
Well, Tony, thank you very much for sitting with us, and this has been an enjoyable conference. I hope that it has been for you as well.
Thank you very much.